So at Rogie Falls, chucking it down. It is soaking, beautiful, but absolutely chucking it down. Has been all day. Went to Loch Achility first. Went to park up there. Puddles. There we go. Went there first. Beautiful place. Had it been dry, been okay, but car park was a bit of a mud puddle. So decided to move on from there. Plus there was no internet, no Wi-Fi. So what are you going to do on a day like this? Just decided to move on. At least then we can park up and get some food on the go. Get the old Netflix on, I think, and just chill out. Maybe do some work on the computer. See where we go from there. I thought I'd brave the weather. Going to take a little bit of a stroll out down to see Rogie Falls, because that should be, with all the rain we've had, that should be looking fantastic. So I'm going to take a little stroll down, see how that's looking. I'll get some pictures up as well. Just tried to put up some LED lights. Got one of those LED light strips you can get. Went to put it up, but I'm trying to stick it up to the ceiling, and as quick as I'm sticking it up, this stuff's just falling right back down again. Losing my rag with it. It was doing my head in, absolutely doing my head in. So I was like, bollocks to it. They're going back. Plus, when I turned it on, actually there's 3 sections of the light strip that weren't working either. So absolutely rubbish. Yeah, don't bother with them. I'll find something else. What else have we done today? I am recording on my, whatever it is. It's a jobby. That it means shite, right? I don't know. It seems to be okay. It's expensive for what it is, but it's a Gorilla pod with the phone attachment, because I'm recording off my phone. I haven't got any cameras or anything like that. Somebody wants to get me one. Otherwise, I'm recording on my phone. Yeah, it is stunning here though. Absolutely stunning. Give me a sec. Spin. Okay, just a short walk down, not very far, but it is looking fantastic. You can probably hear it. Yeah, love it. Let's go for a walk down over the bridge. Never done this before. First time, I know, doing this. Feels weird carrying a camera, recording yourself. I know, doesn't come naturally, should we say. But, you know, we'll see. See if I like it. If not, you ain't gonna see any more. So don't worry about it. Give the bridge a go. Okay, that's enough of that. Soaked through, cold, wet. I mean, it's gorgeous, but yeah, time for a brew. Gonna make a coffee. Had enough of those lights. They're going in the bin. Oh, I'll take them back. Get my money back off them because they're shite. This little camera thing seems to be doing all right. A little jobby gorilla pod. Yeah, it's all right. A little bit slippy. I've had to sort of push my phone in a couple of times, but given the fact that it is absolutely peeing it down, and that, you know, I know my phone's off to the side slightly. Should probably adjust that, but it's doing its job. It's doing all right. To adjust it on the head of it, it seems quite stiff. That's probably because it's new, not really used it, but still, you're kind of having to faff around a little bit with it to get it where you want it, to get it the angles you want it. I don't know. It's awkward. I don't know. This thing's okay. I feel awkward. I feel awkward as hell. Yeah. I don't know. See how it goes, eh? So, a little bit about me. I've had my van for, I've had it 4.5 years now. Ford Transit, extra long wheelbase. Used to be a minibus. Took all the seats out of it. Fitted it out just with what wood I had lying around, so pallet wood. I have bought some. Got some slabs for the worktops. Got some slabs cut off a friend of mine. So it's starting to come to shape. It's nowhere near where I want it to be. You know, it's got the basics. Got the diesel heater in. As you think, north of Scotland, north of Scotland, you need it. Trust me, you need it. It's fecking cold. Even with the heater, it can be cold. You know, most of this month, through the night, it's -4, -5, -6. You got to have that. Plus, I mean, I bought the wrong van. It was going to be a day van. I'm in it full time now, and it's not a high top. Now I'm 6'3", so I'm hunched over like this all the time. It ain't ideal. Glass windows all the way down the side, not great. Lets the heat out like anything. So I think I need a new van. I'm going to start a new van. I mean, just at the point this one's getting there. It's starting to get like half finished and to how I like it. Front seats swivel round. Nice worktops, bench, decent bed. I built in my daughter. My daughter Astrid. She's what's she now? 20 months. So I built a cot in there for her. So she's got her own little bed with a little curtain down it, little night lights and her toys and stuff like that. So she's got her own little bed, built higher up, so it's a little bit warmer up there for her, and it's insulated around there as well, so it keeps her nice and snug during the winter. But yeah, shouldn't have bought the minibus. I thought, great, it's going to have glass all the way around, fantastic views, all of that. But in reality, it's just fecking cold, and everyone can see in at you. Everyone can see. You know, I've tinted the windows, so it's a bit darker, but you've got to get your blinds down all the way around it. So not ideal in that respect. We'll get. I don't know. I'm thinking about getting something else. I quite like the dailies, high roof, extra long wheelbase. Looking at maybe converting one of them. I quite like the some of the vans there I've seen on you guys on YouTube. Lost in Europe, great van, love that, fantastic. So I mean, I'd set it out a little bit differently. my personal preference, but yeah, I like that. Plus, you know, I've looked at some of the box vans, things like that, and I like the space you get. I don't like the look of them. It's, you know, I just prefer it to be a little bit more stealthy, a little bit more, you know, normal van, shall I say. Oh man, that's becoming some walk. That's my shower done for today anyway. Don't need to be washing. So yeah, I'm thinking, looking at that, either that or Mercedes. Again, extra long wheelbase, high top. Maybe something newer. Mine's 2004, so maybe try and get something that's a little bit newer, maybe 2011, 2012, possibly. We'll see what the budget stretches to. What else? Mine, I run it most of the time, not all the time, but 50-50 veg oil and diesel. Older engines seem to do well with it, seem to be fine. Haven't had any problems. That's 5 years I've been running it, well, 4 years I've been running it, 50-50 diesel and veg. A little bit slow to start up in the mornings, and you do get a bit of smoke first thing, but as soon as your engine gets up to temperature, it's fine, not a problem. Never had an issue with it. Starter motor did go the other day, so I might post a video up on that. I didn't get much footage. It was cold, it was wet, it was snowing. I was under the van in a blizzard, trying to get this starter motor changed. I've been parked up for a couple of days. Ran out of electric as well. Batteries were going flat, so I had to go and buy a jump starter for it. So I got upgraded to one of these lithium batteries, lithium ion jump starters, and it can do up to 4.5 litre diesel, and mine's a 2.2, 2.3, so should be able to handle it no problem. Plus it's a handy little torch and phone battery pack if I need it. I don't usually, but it's nice to have. I went for that over the conventional charger simply because the conventional ones I've had before, the jumper packs, and every time I've gone and needed it, or I've gone to jump my van, it's been flat because you don't use it very often. So it might sit there for, you know, a year and never really get charged or used, and the one time you need it, it's flat and it don't do no good anyway. So gone for a lithium one simply because batteries are going to last longer. You're not going to have to charge it as often or maintain the battery as much. So I'm thinking it's a little bit more reliable. One thing I would say on it is the leads you get with it are fine if you're jumping it off your battery, but mine's off. The way I jump my van is you've got a positive connection, not on your battery, it's in the engine bay, and then you hook up your negative over the other side onto like a clamp into your engine bay, and the leads don't reach that far. So what I've had to do is get my jump cables out and connect one end of the jump cable to the fitting on the engine, and the other part onto the clamp onto the jump starter, and that's the only way I could get it to reach. So I would say keep your cables as well, keep your jump cables as well, because you might need them. I certainly did. I'm glad I had them. Right, that's enough for now. I'm almost back to the van. I'm soaking wet. I'm going to go get a coffee and see how we go. I don't know, this might be the first video. I might have another one up by then. We'll see. Peace out.